organization faces in today's times. It has a lot of data. It receives data from sales it does, from customer feedback, and from various emails it gets, and from other suppliers. So we will discuss now the problems that it faces in retail. These are few shortlisted issues we have taken from video. So the first one is information overload. Taking an example of this, like in our day-to-day life, we get a lot of assignments in our college. So our college has taken some steps to avoid this information overload for us. It has installed databases like EBSCO for us to search, so that we don't take help of external internet for searching. Information overload is a situation where there's a lot of information and we don't know what to do of that information. Where we will get the information that we need for our project. That is the case that organization faces when it has a lot of information and when it needs to take some kind of a decision related to doing sales forecast, it doesn't know where to get. That is the situation of information overload. All these four steps are interrelated actually. I explain. So next is information inundation. Inundation. Yeah. This consists of the situation when this organization is covered with information. It has lot of information. Taking an example of sea, like Indian Ocean. The land is covered with Indian Ocean. In that ocean, we don't know from which the water from ocean. It is from which river? We cannot say that. The same situation comes in information integration. There is a lot of data available and we don't know from where this data is coming. The next is information obesity. Information obesity leads to information overload. The term obesity means a lot of information, a truckload of information. It's like unsorted data, where the data is coming from various sources and we have to sort it. If it is not sorted, then it leads to information overload, the first step which I explained. Then the last step is data deluge. It is a situation where the capacity of storing information is challenged of organization. Like we have studied ERP and other information systems that organization has implemented. The capacity of that is challenged. That is a situation called data deluge. Lot of data is come and data comes and organization is not able to store it. Even if it somehow it stores it by implementing other system and other management information system, it becomes difficult for researchers to retrieve that data and convert that into information that they need to submit their report. That is a data deluge. In this image you can see the situation of a researcher when he is not able to get information he needs. And this is a data deluge where capacity of organization is challenged. Now the next slide will be explaining about the reality that organizations are facing right now, even though they have implemented systems like management information system or ERP. And it will be explained by Abhishek. Thank you.
Thank you, Satyendr. So, as Satyendr told that, I am going to explain about the information organization what do actually. So, till now we know that information is very essential for any organization. Collaboration of departments and various other things have been done by the organization to maintain the data. Data is maintained for returning the information and to take the very necessary steps. So, but this is not actually the reality. The problem faced by the today's organization is they have, as this picture depicts, that they have a lot of information with them, but they don't know what is to be needed. And so the retrieval data impossible here. So this creates a problem for the employee, and sometimes the employee becomes frustrated. And this is and there may situation come when the organization uses external resources for gathering the data, and this feature depicts it. Or other information and flowing through the it's actually minimizing and making important data, and giving importance to the making a data reliable. This picture depicts this. Now some of the reasons for the problems that are shown in the video: too much data to handle search and retrieve, As we have discussed that in the first slide, organization having too much of data, so it becomes impossible to retrieve. And sometimes what happens in organization, the employee lack the knowledge of retrieving data. So lack of knowledge of it or expertise to handle information, this happens in most of the times. Sometimes in a hurry or some technical feasibility, technical issues, there may be a problems in the organization for storing the data with no context, or the file may be misfiled. That again creates the problem. With no context, no one can search required data. So some organization emphasis on external resources rather than taking effort for searching information internally. So they are spending a lot of time on external resources for searching the information. Then again, the time is consumed and also is wasted. And time consumption implementation. As in the video, they have shown that employee consume so much of time for searching so much of information. And that again, if the employee doesn't get any idea or information about what is needed to implement in various decision making, so the employee get frustrated. So this could be the reason. And the next part of our presentation will be explained by Mr. Bhaskar.
Good morning. My part is affecting the short-term and long-term of the implementation of the year. The implementation of the year and MIS and CM is required a huge cost of the huge cost, and the maintain of the information in the database also required to increase the cost of the company. And the video mentioned that the more than 60 to 70% of the data is not reliable, and the company should decide which is reliable or which is not reliable, which is required, which is not required. This is all effect on the decision making skill of the company, and the company also lose the opportunities in market. When the managing the information, the managing the information make complex and time taking. The defect that the employees making frustration when the required info is not available, and also this effect for the overall performance of the company, and they lose the time, important time that company make progress, and also this performance of the company. But there is a possible solution that part will be explained by Reshma.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Till now, we have saw what are the problems relating to the data being not used properly in the organization. Now, let us discuss about the possible solutions for the problem given in this video. Firstly, the company should hire a technician from the organization from which they have installed that information management system, so that if the employees have any sort of problem regarding searching of data or misfiling of data, they can call a technician, and the problem can be sorted out then and there itself. And this will add a cost for the organization for hiring a technician, but we can say that it will save a lot of time and it will make a proper utilization of the data which is being there in the system. And secondly, or we can after the implementation of MIS, the training should be frequent training should be provided to the employees, so that they can handle the system in a proper way and the data can be recovered or used in a very efficient manner. In such training, issues faced by the employees, like searching or retrieving the information from the system, should be discussed in that training. And thirdly, more emphasis should be given for the internal data and not to the external. Whatever data is available within the organization, first we should look after that, and then then we should go move for the external data. Last, all the steps taken to avoid the problem should not just be planned. It should be implemented in a very proper way, and also it should be evaluated from time to time to avoid the further problems. Next part will be continued by Constance.
Now the conclusion. Thus, we can see results of implementing solutions on this slide. If solutions are implemented properly and evaluated, the data or information will never be misfilled again and will be available at the time. It is required for decision making and other purposes. Also, it will improve security of data like employee database, falling in wrong hands or other secret information of organization. Also, it will reduce cost of information management and other cost of retrieving wrongly filled data, and other costs shown in video can be avoided. Thus, finally, management of information can be less risky as it will be arranged properly and systematically.